What did you think about the scene with Kat? So Kat is like, she's in love with Ethan, but she just can't figure out what it is. And she's making the list, pros and cons. She's like, no, I do love him. And she can't figure it out. And she figured out, I just don't love myself.
I don't like feel healthy.
And I thought that was a clever scene, how they had all the different women and things, because I think that is something that happens a lot. Of people are like, oh, just love yourself. And she's like, but I don't, it's like, oh no, your body image is great. And she's like, not to me, and that was a really powerful scene, I thought. But how are you feeling about Kat right now, what she's going through and where it's heading?
I'm glad you brought that up, because like I really enjoyed that scene. Like it definitely felt relatable. Obviously, like everyone looks different and everyone sees themselves differently.
Right.
But it's weird how we can all feel the same way,
Yeah.
And
we know that that's how everyone feels, but instead we still feel like, oh, like my nose is too big, or my eyes are too big, or my head's too big, or I'm too short, I'm too tall, I'm skinny, fat. So it's like it's a little reminder that we all are kind of going through this, and it's a weird thing to think about, because you're just like, everyone is going through it, but it also doesn't help the situation either. Like, so what?
Exactly. And I feel like it's also like a reality check too, when we ourselves are talking to other people, because I've definitely been in those like moments where I'm telling other, my lady friends, like, oh my God, you're like the most confident person I know, or like, oh my God, like you look amazing, like look so much better than me. Like I've been there, and now that I'm thinking about it, like no, like they definitely probably don't feel like confident. Like even though I'm saying it and thinking it's true, they probably internally are like, yeah, she's wrong, like I feel shitty, and like I can't believe she would say that, like I just don't feel like myself, and I'm like, wow, like everyone's thinking this. I've been there before where people just tell me compliments and I'm like, no, like I don't feel like that at all, like you're wrong. And it's just like a constant cycle. It just doesn't stop.
No, and I think it's the same is true of men.
The measure of a man isn't how he reacts.
How am I supposed to react?
By taking everything you feel, all your frustrations, your anger, your rage, you bottle it up.
As well. And I think Sam Levinson sometimes gets some backlash from people because they're like, oh, he's this white male, like what does he know about the Black woman experience, or what does he know about these teenage experience, what does he know about women's experience? But I think what this kind of shows is that like we all experience these same things. Like there's this like societal perception, and obviously women have it more difficult than others, people of color, etc. And in certain regards, but I think fundamentally when we're talking about like happiness, family, love, those things are things that transcend everyone and we all experience. Cassie going through her depressive episode, that completely parallels what Kat was going through, because because Cassie was feeling very down and low about the whole situation. Obviously she feels guilty about what happened with Maddie, but she also loves an ape. It doesn't really matter if someone tells you, talented Cassie, you're the most beautiful girl in the world, and Cassie, everyone wants to get with you. Cassie, you're smart. Kat, you have a perfect relationship. When you're having a depressive episode or down or not, don't love yourself, nothing is going to change that except your internal work and trying to work on yourself, and sometimes just time passing. And so I thought that was a nice thing to add into the series. And we had talked about last year with season 1 how we wanted to see a little bit more positivity, and I think mental health is constantly in a picture where it's seen as negative, and solutions. So I'm hoping going forward, not only we're going to see these problems, but solutions for them.